We're going to take a look at some of the most frequently asked questions on Reddit, and we're going to be reacting to them in today's video. We'll be discussing why do businesses fail, what's the worst piece of advice you've received, and reacting to those, and many more. So stick around to see the answers. The first question that we'll be looking at today is from the subreddit r/small businesses, and the question that was asked was, why do you think so many new businesses fail? There are many reasons in my view as a business consultant, lawyer and entrepreneur as to why businesses fail. The main reason why businesses fail is purely because people behind those businesses tend to give up at the very first hurdle. Starting a small business is by no means an easy achievement, and quite often you won't see any positive results until perhaps years 2, 3, or even further into years 5. People need to be resilient when going into business, and sticking by your business plan is a must-have when you start up your small business.
This plan C can't possibly fail!
Another reason why many small businesses fail is they don't actually research their target market before they launch their business. You need to work out what the issue with that market is before you launch your business, as that business needs to be the solution to what you think the problem in the industry is.
Houston, we have a problem.
Most startups don't tend to look at what the market needs before launching a product, and get drowned in the competition that has already existed in that market for some time. Another reason why many businesses fail is they don't feel like they have the support that they need to get them off the ground. Starting a new business is an incredibly challenging venture. In my own business, I found that I was the chief operations manager, the charter specialist,
the advertising specialist, the lawyer, the SEO expert, the IT technician,
and even the smoke alarm tester. Doing all those tasks in one big go is quite challenging, and some people don't tend to reach out and find support. And that's where we fit in as business consultants, but more on that a little bit later on. So why do I think that most businesses fail? Quite simply, I don't think that people do their research before launching into business. If you'd like a copy of my 10 principles before you kickstart your business, comment Salt Mountain below and I'll send it over to you absolutely free. The next question we're looking into on the subreddit r/small businesses is from secret_job, and it reads, I opened a cafe a few months ago, but I'm struggling. Now this sounds like a cry for help, and not something that we are unusual to at Salt Mountain Consultancy. We help businesses overcome such questions. So how would we identify and solve this issue as if it were a consultee of Salt Mountain? What I would first advise, of course, is to identify why you are struggling. There must be a reason why people are not coming back to your cafe. The faster you identify the problem, the sooner you can fix that problem and then look to generate new sources of custom. For example, are your beverages not up to standard? Is there a reason why people are not returning? Perhaps your prices are too high, or even at the other end, your prices are too low, which gives the impression that your food or drink is not premium quality. Identify first the area your cafe is looking to pitch into. If you intend to be a traditional greasy spoon cafe, then of course, if you're selling coffees for £6.50, it's unlikely that you're going to drum up the customers that your cafe would look to entice into, and vice versa. First, identify the problem as to why customers are not returning, and then we can look to maximize on that. Let's say we identified that the pricing was all wrong, and we've managed to fix that. Now we need to redraw those customers back into the cafe, as of course the initial opening boom has died down. So how do we do that? One suggestion I have is to make your cafe unique and pitch it at a certain niche. For example, maybe you want to be the best in town for cappuccinos or the best in town for a slice of Victoria sponge. Pitch that niche, maximize it, and create the best possible bit or cake that you can so that your business is known for Victoria sponges, for example. Another way that you can maximize new custom is create something that entices them in. It can be as simple as having a jet black coffee mug, bright colors on their disposable coffee cups, something that makes the experience feel premium. If you look, for example, at Starbucks, their Christmas mugs are always picturesque and seen plastered over social media. That's because they look great and they are seasonal. Do something very similar to entice people back in, because they must hold one of your exciting coffee mugs in their hands. The next thing you need to do is capture the return custom. Offer some form of loyalty bonus, some points or tier systems that they can work towards to perhaps obtain not only a free cappuccino, but perhaps a free slice of cake.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
The next topic we'll be looking at is on the subreddit r/SAAS. And the topic is, your startup isn't failing, you're just selling to the wrong people. And I could not agree more with this statement.
Dr. Harris,
Yes?
do you concur?
Startups are exactly that. They are starting up and they are pitching something new, perhaps something exciting. It's not failing just because it's not gaining any traction. You're perhaps in the wrong market or targeting the wrong forms of customers. Let's use my own business as an example to this. We're looking at Lux Jets here. Identify early on who my customers might be. They're going to be those who look to purchase first class tickets as standard. So automatically I'm not looking to pitch my business at the common traveller. If I were to pitch it at the common traveller, I'd unlikely get any sales. The next thing we need to identify is give them a reason to switch from the current business they are using over to your business. That might be that the prices are priced slightly differently. Alternatively, your customer service is above and beyond anyone else, or your products are simply better. So I absolutely agree with the statement that your startup isn't failing. Your idea might be fantastic, you might have nailed your niche, but you're selling to the wrong type of people. You need to identify your target market before you pitch your business out onto the open world. Otherwise, it will fall flat on deaf ears. And trust me when I tell you, it will demoralize you very quickly.
Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
And the final subreddit that we're going to be looking at is from the subreddit r/worst of. And the comment is r/legal advice smugly and condescendingly gives completely wrong legal advice. Do I agree with this? Yes, I do. As a qualified lawyer myself, having gone through 7 years of training,
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
I can quite happily say that do not listen to legal advice that is published on the internet unless it comes from a reputable source. Reading something on Reddit that is perhaps published by someone who purports to know what they're talking about is always the worst type of advice that you can listen to. When it comes to taking medical advice, you wouldn't listen to me if I told you that I could give you a triple bypass operation or remove a wisdom tooth for you. Why not? Because you know I'm not a dentist or a surgeon by trade. The same applies to the legal profession. Lawyers who are qualified know exactly what they're talking about. They've trained for a very long time, and I wouldn't take free advice that you receive on Reddit as anything other than cobblers. If you're looking to get legal advice, reach out to a lawyer. The same applies if you're looking to get a tooth removed, reach out to a dentist.
That's called common sense.
I hope you enjoyed this video of me reacting to subreddits. I'll be doing it again in a video coming up soon. If you are an entrepreneur or you have started a business or you're about to start a business and you really have come stuck, reach out to me at Salt Mountain Consultancy, where we offer one-to-one coaching on all things business, including how to maximize your money, legal tips and tricks, overcoming such hurdles, and business startup advice. It's something I wish I had when I started business. It probably would have saved me a lot of time. So do reach out if you need some help. Stay tuned for the next one.